Hello, my Sezane lovers. Were you lucky to get anything from the archives? Let me know below if you scored anything. I shared a video a couple of weeks ago sharing some ideas and tips and tricks on how to score good pieces from the sale. So if you got anything, let me know if it was helpful. Hopefully it was. And today I'm sharing what I got. I didn't get a lot of pieces, and actually some of them were a total fail, but a couple of them worked really well, so I'm going to share all the details. Let's start from what did not work, shall we? The first thing is this pair of pants, which I had some hopes, I have to say. When I looked at it, I had a feeling it might not work, but at the same time, I have a pair of shorts that's the same exact fabric, and I thought because they were so flattering, the William shorts, I had a feeling these could work, but as you can see, I could barely button up. And I did size up for this one. I'm usually in between 36 and 38, which is US 4 and 6. I have all my measurements down below. These pieces are likely not available, but you can still click on them, put on your wish list, and you might be lucky to find them from returns. I am returning some of these, by the way. Also, you can find these pieces in the pre-loved market. There is a huge chance that these pieces will be there available. So the Tonio Trousers. First of all, let's talk about the good things here. We have a really buttery soft, very well constructed pair of pants. I think other than not being for hourglass or pear shaped, this is a really beautiful pair of pants. But as you can see, it's just not made for my body type. It is huge around my waist and it's super tight around my hips, which is something I experience a lot. I'm not going to say that's the problem from the pants, but I think they could have been a little more generous in terms of the sizing here, since I already sized up. So they are really well made. I think the length is really good, so I'm 5'5". Again, all my measurements are down below if you want to take a look. And they're lovely. I think they are really well made. They are high quality, but like I said, the fit was really terrible. They are actually lined, as you can see. They're completely lined. They're very comfortable to wear. Eventually I was able to close them, so if you can do that, I think you will be lucky to wear them. It has some extra buttons here in the back, which is just reinforcing the ones in the front. So this is really wonderful. I think a brand that takes the time and the money to make this happen, it's because they're really worried about the quality of this piece. They want this to actually last, because it is not easy to put on and off, like to unbutton. I think unbuttoning was easier than buttoning it up, but I love that they reinforce the buttons. I think it makes the garment even more high quality. So the pants are lovely, but yes, the fit is just not for us with a small waist and large hips. If you don't have this body type, then this pair of pants might be wonderful for you. Next in my list is this beautiful jumpsuit. I love jumpsuits. This one has elastane, so it's definitely better for body types like ours. I think in general they look really great. I just wish I had found the 38, but it was not available. The only size available when I logged in was the 36, so I decided to try because they did say to size down if you're in between sizes, and that's exactly what happens with me for Sezane. I ended up getting the 36, and I feel it just fits everywhere, to be honest. It does have some stretch, so as you can see, it looks nice everywhere except around my hips. But again, it's expected. So I'm not really disappointed. I guess I just knew that could happen. And as you can see, it is very long. I had to fold the bottom, just the hem, to make sure that it wouldn't be dragging on the floor. So if you're tall, this is great for you. If you're petite or like me, you will likely have to get this hemmed. Not a big deal. I think this is actually super easy to do. I love the jumpsuit. The color is great. It's a dark gray. It is lined on the top. It is not too thick or too warm, which means you can wear that in the spring, fall, or winter, depending on your where you live. And again, this one is a size 36. For the composition, we have 36% virgin wool, 35% viscose, 25% polyester, and 4% elastane. The lining is in viscose, 100% viscose, so it's very comfortable. I don't really feel any scratchiness on this one, and I really love the jumpsuit. The only part that bothers me is just the hips, because you can see around the pockets that it's a little too stretchy. But it's really lovely. I'm not gonna keep that because at this point of my life, I only want to keep things that I'm 100% sure about. Next on my list, I found this dress, which I have to say, I had mixed feelings when I found, but I said, you know what, let me just try. I can just return to the store. I go to the store, it's close to my place, I can just go there. And this isn't 100% merino wool, so that was the first reason I wanted to get. And I don't really have sweater dresses, so I thought it would be a nice piece to keep. But some things that I looked at and I felt that maybe would not work for me were the neckline and also the length and how boxy the dress is. And I was right. I'm not completely happy with the neckline. I do feel it's a little too high for me. It would be a lot more flattering for my body to have a little bit of skin showing, even if it's a crew neck but a little bit lower. So the color is really nice. It's like a taupe color. I don't feel this is very gray. It definitely has a little bit of warmth to it, but definitely on the gray side. The buttons are really adorable, and this feels like Jacob jumper. If you have tried that, it's also in merino wool, so very comfortable. Didn't feel any scratchiness on this one. I don't feel it's too short, which usually all Sezane dresses are so short. The short ones are really short, and as you can see, it is all boxy. So this one, it just says it's 100% merino wool, and this one is made in Romania. So I do like the dress. I think it's a great quality. I just didn't feel like it was flattering on me, even wearing with a belt, as you can see in the video. It was just not something that clicked or checked all the boxes, so this one is going back, unfortunately. I really wanted to keep something similar to this because I don't really have a sweater dress, and it can be really handy, but I didn't really love it. Now next, let me show you this wonderful coat. This one is a keeper, and I couldn't believe that I found this coat. It was 50% off. I never found anything in the Sezane website for this price, as a coat obviously, and it was really such a great deal. This one is size 36, which is my usual size. I'm linking all of these, but the name is Eddy, and it's in black. So this reminds me a lot of Pauline or Paola coat with the Leo coat. It's almost like they had a baby and this was their baby. So I love how it feels. It's really, really warm, but not as warm as the one I'm gonna show next. I feel that this is a really great quality coat. I love Sezane coats. I do have quite a few, and this one didn't disappoint me. I was just really happy to score that one. The collar is actually detachable. You can take that off. This feels really nice. I'm not sure if that's wool. I'll read the material content for you guys in a minute, but you can wear this both ways. You can just wear as it is, which is the same fabric of the rest of the coat, or you can have this extra layer of this texture nice fabric here, which I think adds a nice touch to the coat. I really love the buttons. I think they're very beautiful, such a statement, and I'm just really happy with this one. The sizing is very generous. As you can see, it's a 36 but pretty oversized. The lining feels really nice and easy to put on and off. And for the material, we have 62% wool, 38% polyamide. For the removable collar, we have 68% polyester and 32% acrylic. That is just for the textured part. So the Eddy Coat is definitely a keeper. I'm very happy with this one, and I wish I had found this before, but at the same time it's good that I found it now because it was such a good price. The next coat I am actually keeping as well, and it's the same size, 36 or US 4. This one is a little bit shorter, as you can see around the sleeves. I feel the size is great everywhere, just the sleeves I wish we had a little bit, like 1 centimeter longer, would make me happier. But other than that, I think the size was great. It feels so warm. So from all the Sezane coats I've tried, this was the warmest one ever. It just feels so good. It feels like a plush, like stuffed animal, you know? The composition is 70% wool, so it has more wool than the black one. 17% polyester and 13% bamboo. So that bamboo was actually from the buttons, which is such a beautiful detail. I don't know if you guys can see on the screen, but it's just beautiful. I never saw this kind of button before. I love how they placed this here. This coat reminds me of the Will jacket for the boxy fit and just the style in general, the big pockets, but of course with this textured fabric, which is wool. By the way, the pockets, they sometimes come completely sewn, but you have to make sure that you open it. It comes like this, and a lot of people think the pockets are not real, but you have to open it. It's better if you open with something and not like this, because you might just rip the fabric. So don't do what I just did. But I really love this one. I think it's such a beautiful piece, especially here in New York, because it is cold. So I'm sure that I'm going to wear this one a lot. And I don't really have any teddy coats. I have something similar like the Paola coat, which has a texture. It is wool, but it's not like teddy style, you know. So I think this is really cozy, very warm, and really nice. I really love this one. And for the last one, let me see if I can carry this, because this, man, this is heavy. I don't even know how they made something so heavy like this. This is the Noely cardigan, and man, that's heavy. It is really heavy. The fabric reminds me of the Valerio jacket, but for some reason this one is even heavier. It does have more fabric because it's a long cardigan, and I do love it. I think the quality is great for this one. I'm gonna read the composition for you in a minute, and it's extra small, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm just not loving it. I feel like I have other similar pieces that could do the job this one would do, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep it. Probably, because I'm not sure, I think I should send it back or just bring to the store. This one, as you can see, it's navy. I love the details. I think it's a beautiful piece, very classic. It's something that you can definitely wear for the rest of your life, because I don't see a problem with someone who's 20 wearing this or someone who is 100 wearing this. This is something that will suit pretty much any age, and I think it's just gorgeous. But like I said, it's not something that I need in my wardrobe. I was very curious to see in person though. It's 50% merino wool, that's why it's so comfy, 45% cotton, 4% polyamide, and 1% elastane. So very comfortable, very heavy, like I mentioned, but I think it's a gorgeous piece. If you find that in the pre-loved market or from the returns on the website, I think it's definitely a great piece to try. I love it, but again, I don't need this one. I was just curious to see and just try and share with you guys in case you wanted to know. So now it is your turn to tell me what you got from the archives, or if you just said no to it this time, that's totally fine too. If you're new to Sezane, you know by now that they are irresistible. Some of their pieces are just so unique. I absolutely love the brand, and I have quite a collection. So if you're new to the channel and you like Sezane, consider subscribing, because I will be styling my pieces all the time for you, not just bringing new ones, but also giving you some outfit inspiration. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you very soon in my next one. Bye bye.